I'm James Ford, and I'm the senior minister of the First Unitarian Church of Providence, just down the road.
I'm Quaadgras. I'm the minister at the Westminster Unitarian Church in East Greenwich, Rhode Island.
First, I want to speak just briefly to our Unitarian Universalist General Assembly, which is gathered here, and many of us here are part of this wonderful gathering. As we were planning for this convention, we contracted with a number of hotels, including the Renaissance, where we had actually booked 850 rooms, and we were engaged in dialogue, asking for them to do nothing less than be willing to speak forthrightly, honestly, and with open hearts to their workers. Where we found ourselves at very nearly the last minute in May, being informed that in fact conversations had broken down. The requests of the workers to have an election for a union was denied, and we at the Unitarian Universalist Association at that point withdrew our reservations for the 850 rooms. We know this caused some suffering to people. We believe there is a larger purpose here. There is a deep necessity for people to have a living wage. We must stand with this. Our Unitarian Universalist faith is one of deep understanding of the great interdependence of all people. The great interdependence of all people drives us, pulls us, informs who it is that we are as a people of faith. I can add my own personal testimony to this. My grandmother was a maid, a live-in maid. The stories of the indignities that she had to go through simply to put food on the table for her children. My mother, my auntie, we found ourselves with a cascade of stories of insult, injury, and worst of all, not enough money to fully feed people and to clothe people and to house people. This simply has to stop.
As Unitarian Universalists, we are here with our General Assembly Association. We are called to stand on the side of love. We are called to stand on the side of love. All people of faith are called to stand on the side of love, to reach out in love, to reach out in solidarity with workers everywhere, striving for fair wages, for respect, for the ability to support good, decent lives for themselves and their families. Striving for that kind of justice is a fundamental part of who we are as UUs, as people of faith, but as UUs, it's part of our history, it's in our principles, it's what we do. One of our UU founding fathers, William Ellery Channing, stood up for workers' rights in the 1800s. Theodore Parker did the same after him, and as an association, we have passed dozens of statements supporting economic fairness just in the last 50 years. And our principles. Number one, respect for the inherent worth and dignity of all people. Number three, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Number six, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Justice is what we do. We heard how our association has stood up for workers, for hotel workers, from Reverend Ford. And in Massachusetts, our congregations collected over 200,000 signatures, pushing their senators to sign a new bill into law to raise their minimum wage to $11 an hour by 2017. When we reach out in love, in solidarity, we can make a statement, we can make a difference. You can make a difference. There are flyers here today. Some of you have received these. On these, you'll find 3 ideas. Call your senator. Organize, plan an action like this one in your towns, in your cities, all over the country. Raise awareness. There are stickers available that you can bring to restaurants when you eat out to let them know that you stand with workers. You believe in fairness for all workers. We have power as consumers. We have power as individuals. We can make our voices heard. We can help change minds and salaries and lives for the better. Let's stand for justice. Let's show workers some love.